Developments, but let's shift our focus to more breaking news coming in, where U.S. President Donald Trump has backed down from an extraordinary trade war escalation that had threatened a massive surge in tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminium and new tariffs on Canadian electricity. In turn, Ontario paused, in fact, charges on electricity to U.S. customers after the back and forth tariff threats that sent markets sharply lower. For a second day, U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, Canada's Minister of Finance Dominic LeBlanc, and Ontario Premier Doug Ford said that they would meet to renegotiate the free trade treaty known as the USMCA. Ontario agreed to suspend its 25% surcharge on electricity exports to Michigan, Minnesota and New York. President Donald Trump earlier on Tuesday threatened a 50% tariff on the country's aluminium and steel, a sharp escalation in the building trade war with Canada in retaliation for Ontario's export surcharge. But Trump later signaled he would back down. Listen in.
There's a very strong man in Canada who said he was going to charge a surcharge or a tariff on electricity coming into our country. He has called and he said he's not going to do that. Okay, he's not going to do that. And it would have been a very bad thing if he did. And he's not going to do that, so I respect that. But we were just informed that he's not going to do that. Look, we've been treated very unfairly by Canada. We've been treated very unfairly by Mexico. But we've been treated very unfairly by every country all over the world. The European Union is horrible, horrible. And we're going to get it back. And I have a choice. I could just coast, and eventually there'd be a blow-up down the road, maybe a long way. But we owe $36 trillion, and we're going to get it back. We're the biggest, we're the best, and I'm very optimistic. I have to tell you, I'm very optimistic about the country. Much more optimistic this way than if I did it the easy way.
Aditya on the telecast with me. Aditya, take our viewers through the details that we have.
See, that this war of tariff war has been going on between the United States and Canada. It is a very significant thing, since, the new Canadian Prime Minister, Mark Carney, who will succeed Justin Trudeau, has, said that, it is very important to make Canada strong and to make its economy strong. So in the high side, they are considering, they are taking this tariff war by U.S. President Donald Trump very seriously. It needs to be seen by what policies with the Mark Carney-led government will take as far as the tariff threats looms between the U.S. and Canada. So far, even during the farewell speech, Justin Trudeau also was, seen crying, before giving this farewell speech, and time and again, and Trump has for now postponed these tariffs on Canada, but they will come into effect from April 2nd. And reciprocally, even Canada has also imposed tariffs on United States of America, and Prime Minister Mark Carney, Canadian Prime Minister, has said that these tariffs on United States will continue until and unless the U.S. also continues goes ahead with this tariff on Canada. So, as a resultant of this fact, there are risks of inflation in the United States of America. Many stock markets in the U.S. like NASDAQ, Dow Jones are in the red zone right now, and all the stocks are down. So it just needs to be seen wherein how, amid this, tariff war, how this U.S.-Canada thing goes on. Yes, Asavri.
Absolutely, Aditya. Of course, this is the big, the big focal point at this point of time. Donald Trump has made it abundantly clear that what Canada has done to the U.S. is unfair. Those are the statements that he has issued.
Absolutely, Asavri. The Canadian leadership has been, saying this, that it is very unfair on part of the United States to impose tariffs, but in the high side there exists a trade deficit between U.S. and Canada over the years, and now Trump administration is taking these tariff things head on as far as Canada is concerned. On the other side, if you see, U.S. also imports many eatable items and other things from Canada, but now it needs to be seen how these things are tackled in the future. Yes, Asavri.
Absolutely. Aditya, also give us an understanding on the back and forth right now that's taking place between Canada and the United States. There's been a lot that's taken place in the last week.
The Liberal Party specifically has chosen Mark Carney to succeed Justin Trudeau, because significantly we see this guy has no previous great political career, but he has a financial background. He has been an economist, and he has also served in one of the financial advisory committee. So particularly the focus right now is to strengthen the Canadian economy, because the tariff threat from the United States looms over Canada, and even the U.S. President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance have also been making statements that we will impose. They are also very hell-bent upon imposing tariffs on Canada, and now it needs to be seen from herein how these things move forward in the way. Also, let us just put this into perspective, like if Canada imposes full-fledged, if there is a full-fledged economic war, the economic war between Canada and US, things could also prove to be a little problematic for the United States of America as well, because the inflation can is expected to go up in the US, and this will be a major problem for the United States of America itself also in the long run. Yes, Sabri.
All right, absolutely. Aditya, stay on with us. More news coming in where a senior